Here we are. Welcome. This is wonderful. We are going to be speaking about spiritual momentum and how you can gain that vibration, that momentum to assist, to uplift your consciousness and to uplift your projects, your work, your relationships, everything, which is absolutely the way you must live, because otherwise you're not going to be a happy camper. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michele, and I have something very special to gift to you today, and that is what's called a light transmission. Now, what I've been doing for many, many years is teaching meditation practice, teaching mysticism, which is divine union with God. We have many books and products that we've done over the years, including, where is it? One I wrote with Bob Proctor, Be a Magnet to Money Through the Sea of Unlimited Consciousness. So many different products and CDs and videos. You can watch many, many of our free videos at themysticalexperience.com. And I know that there are many of you watching that are in the Mystical Experience family. And so today is a day in this moment right now, whether you're watching this later as a recording or you're watching it live, this information is so simple once you really get what's been holding you back from achieving your goals. I don't want to say your dreams, because who wants to achieve dreams? Dreams are for those chaotic nights where you're dreaming, you know. It's like, I don't want that dream to come true. No, you don't. This world is an illusion. However, in this illusion, you can change. You can change your life, your paradigm, where you've been. Doesn't have to be where you're going to be, which is absolutely wonderful. Your spiritual momentum, you will have an ideal that you rise in love with so that you can become who you are supposed to be. I love what Mother Mira says, and it is so true. God wants you to have everything that will bring you happiness. And it isn't selfishness. When I'm talking about spiritual momentum and assisting you to have more in your life, what's wrong with more? As long as you're not attached to it or feeling egotistical about it or fearful of losing it or fearful of not getting it, well, then you're good to go. Why not have everything that will bring you an easier life? It all starts with spirit. It all starts with the light, the vibration of who you are. So because this is our first Facebook video or lecture or whatever you choose to call it, apparently you can put comments, and what I would recommend, because we're going to do a light transmission, I'll explain how that works in just a moment, but you can tag some of your friends and see if they would like to receive a prayer today and during the light transmission for themselves. And apparently you can comment if you'd like to, and you can like us and you can heart us. I think I've said all the things that you can do. I'm not sure about all of that, but you're on it, and I'm sure you'll work it out for yourself, because that will gain the momentum for more people to receive this light today and this information. I want to make sure that you all have pen and paper as well, because we are going to do some exercises to assist you to find out what your ideal is and ways to have the momentum flow, that spiritual momentum flow into your life so that you can become that person that you know. Sometimes it's just felt like a hair's breadth away. You're like, oh, I'm using my willpower, I'm doing all I can, and it's still not happening, and then you sort of lose energy, you lose the momentum. We're going to go into this in a lot more detail, but we're keeping it simple. Keep it simple and spiritual. That's always the way to go. Keep it simple and spiritual. So now what we're going to do is a prayer for all of you and a light transmission. Now, for those that are new, what a light transmission is, someone whose kundalini has awakened, as mine has. It is a very, very rare thing when this has happened. Because what happens once your kundalini is awakened is it's like you have plugged in to the divine power, the divine energy. And wherever you focus that energy, people are getting that light, which lifts your vibration up, which then gives you higher consciousness. See, so many people love God. They feel, they're really searching for that union, and they're meditating, and they just don't seem to be getting a good life. You may be a wonderful person, honest, loyal, good, kind to others, considerate, compassionate. But then you look around and you're like, why am I so broke? Why? I want to be able to share and do things for other people as well. It's because you have too much around your consciousness, your soul. Your divine presence is imprisoned in not just this life, but past lives as well, of a quagmire of experiences. Whenever you feel a strong emotion, whether it's lust, fear, overexcitement, happiness, anger, physical pain, whenever you feel an emotion, it is like you have just allowed yourself to be stuck in that emotion and have it repeated again and again and again, like Groundhog Day. Great movie. As a metaphor for what happens in life. It took him how many thousands of Groundhog Days to get to actually be a good guy. But what if you are a good guy, a good gal already, and you do not understand why you are not achieving what it is that you wish to achieve, or things aren't coming into your life? You're like magnet to money, I'm just the opposite. Well, it's because your beautiful divine presence, it's not your fault. You've had too many emotional experiences that keep caking it up like layers of ice. And what the light transmission does is it allows my intention, by being plugged into this light, this beautiful, generous, giving, loving God, this light that is your true higher self, with a big S, not a little s. The little s belongs to the Maya and the ego, and it's full of fear and fury and absolutely ridiculous thoughts, opinions, judgments, complaints. Whereas your true higher self doesn't live there, doesn't connect with that. And you have to be able to connect to your divine presence for prayers to become a reality, for your oscillation to come up. This is an opportunity for you today to have this light transmitted to you, to have these special prayers, for you to get some clarity and to feel, oh, yes, I feel relaxed and yet I'm enthusiastic. It's like that place where you just know that you know, and you can simply do what it is that you are supposed to be doing without having to always push yourself and I've got to get out of bed type of vibration. Oh, I want to watch this TV show instead. Let's do it tomorrow. And then your momentum's gone, but we'll go into that later. For now, I just wanted those that are new to this to understand I am plugging into your divine presence, speaking to it directly, which is your true higher self, and asking it to go before you to prepare the way for your life to be beautiful. It's not always easy, but at least the light helps dissolve those pebbles, sometimes huge bricks that are in the pathway, dissolve them, because they were part of your consciousness. They are not the truth. It is your own consciousness that is putting up these walls and not being able to connect to your higher presence fully. Because when you can connect with it fully, your whole vibration is on fire. Literally, sometimes it feels like it. With light, with energy, with joy, with power. And it is not I, it is God through me, and it is God through you. So all you have to do, I'm going to do a prayer at the end of this. All you have to do is listen to the music I'm going to play, one of my songs. Close your eyes if you'd like to, or just gaze me softly. And just let go. And just say to yourself right now, I am open and receptive. Everyone, you, that's you too. Say it out loud. I am open and receptive and grateful to receive this holy light. So now I will play this song. Just be as still as you can. Sit up straight with your spine straight and just gaze. And if you're bedridden, that you can't sit up, that's okay. Just gaze softly and release, surrender, let go.
I'm in touch with who I am, of woman and man. I'm in touch with who I am. I am love. I'm in touch with who I am. Mother Nature is my land. I'm in touch with who I am. I am love. 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 I believe my soul to be
I give thanks that the person watching this right now, every person, whether it's the replay or they're watching it live, I give thanks as I speak to their divine presence. Thank you, divine presence, for going before them and preparing the way. Thank you for this beautiful energy, this light to transport them, to uplift them, to raise them up into a higher vibration so that their spirit, which is you, will pull them into this spiritual momentum so that their life has purpose, prosperity, joy, movement. Whatever it is in their bodies as well that does not belong, bring them to their original blueprint, because that is the truth for them. Let them know how loved they are and that this light is theirs to enjoy. We do not do it alone. Thank you, God. It seems like you've got to do it on your own, but you can't do it alone. You are never alone. You must have had experiences in your life where you have had that momentum going, where you've really felt like, wow, my life is really moving forward. I am getting things done. It is wonderful. And for all of you who are on this, I'm going to ask John later to send you something that will really assist you. It's by myself and Bob Proctor. It's called Turbocharged Goal Setting. And there's a wonderful audio that Bob and I, our first audio we ever did, the first song I ever wrote for him, called Action. And he talks about the action, momentum, so that you can get that momentum, so that you can, find that pot of gold, your gold. What is your gold? Your gold is your thing that is going to give you the meaning of getting up in the morning, or you've been up all night because you're so enthusiastic about the projects that you're doing. You have momentum in your life. So we're going to gift you that. It's one of our products that we do sell, and it gives you full instructions on what to do every day and how to do the lists that will assist you, that will really assist you as you do them every night. And this is a 30-day challenge, and it will assist you so much, and it is my absolute honor to gift it to any of you who want it. So I'm just going to ask a question. So are we able to put the link in the Facebook, or we can just email it to people?
Just comments that they want one, that's all.
Oh, you just put a comment that you want one. And I guess everyone else will do the rest. So I thank John and Trevor and everyone else. And while I'm in the middle of thanking people, I'm also going to thank my beautiful teacher, Kundalini. Her light transmissions assisted me, her teachings to have my Kundalini be awakened. And her name is Kundalini, so that's quite apropos. Her spiritual name. Perfect. So, spiritual momentum. And I want to thank one of the mystical experience people that are part of these webinars and light transmissions that I give to everyone, and that is Jean Ann, because she was talking about writing a book. She has been writing a book. She owns her own trucking business. I mean, this woman has gone from working for people who have the trucks and her being a slave to them. And I mean, amazing woman that she even does this. She's got some great stuff on Instagram on her trucking. I can't remember exactly, but maybe she'll comment on her Instagram page if she's watching, if she's not on the road at the moment. But we were talking about all the different things that she's been doing, Instagram and writing her book on trucking, but adding the mystical to it. And all of the things that she's been doing since she's been part of the mystical experience, and that light's been transmitted to her to assist her to gain more and more momentum. Her whole life, I mean, she is just so into this. She meditates, she reads all the books we suggest. She is a diamond member, so she allows herself to have light transmitted to her every single day. And if you want to know more about that afterwards, you just go to themysticalexperience.com. And she now owns her own trucking business. And she just meets the most amazing people. She does the most amazing things. But she was speaking about this book that she's been writing and why it's not finished yet and all these other projects that she's doing. Okay, so here is a perfect example. She has spiritual momentum, yes, because of the light and because of her being so open to it all. And she's just a wonderful person, wonderful, wonderful human being, wonderful soul. So she's doing all of this to improve her life, to improve her spirit, her relationship with the family. Everything's smooth sailing. Everything is in movement. However, I said to her, one of the reasons that you've got this spiritual momentum and you're getting all of these things done and driving your truck and doing all the business, I said, is because you've got too many eggs in too many different baskets. And when you do that, you end up being, what? A basket case. So when we have projects, and they're all different genre of projects. Okay, she's got a trucking business, and her book about trucking and mysticism and the way it's changed her life is going to assist people. It doesn't have to be someone who's interested in truck driving. It's just she's sharing her truth. But when she's doing all these other things and learning how to do this and the video on that, and that's great. However, what happens is you lose your momentum on your main goals when you've got too many eggs in too many baskets. And as I said before, you end up a basket case. It's so important you can have different projects going, but you have focus on your one main goal, particularly when you've got a full life. Perhaps you have a job, you work 6 days a week, maybe only 5 days a week. You have a whole 2 days off. Woohoo! There's a lot you can do in 2 days. And so, most people, if they're just working, they have those 2 days to get over their work that they don't like, instead of being enthusiastic and wanting to do things and change and move and exercise and do projects or write books or start a new website or whatever it is. Exercise your body. They don't have the momentum because they're not moving towards something that is an ideal for them. You've got to be moving towards something. If you're not moving towards something, you're going to be sad. You get depressed. You lose your vibration. Your oscillation goes down. Your energy goes down. So to have spiritual momentum, you're allowing spirit into your life. It's not just you using your willpower to change an old habit, to bring in a new habit. But so you might be one of the others, like Jean Ann, one of those rare ones, like all the mystical experience people are, of course you are, who do have momentum, but you're not getting a certain thing finished or because there's too many projects going on. You have to be focused, maybe on one or two. And you work out when you're going to work on them. I mean, I like this analogy. Okay, these are from my garden. I live in the mountains in America, and it can get pretty dry. So look at these. This is just 3 months. 3 months ago, I had the bulbs, little baby bulbs, and put them in the dirt and added some nice soil, because the soil around there was pretty dry. And I've got beautiful rose bushes growing, beautiful different colour rose bushes. And I thought, wouldn't these gladiolas look beautiful there? And I was told, well, they may not grow in your area where you live. And I was like, yes, they will. So I put the bulbs in and keep watering it, keep watering it, keep watering it. 6 weeks, not even a little bit of green coming up, but I knew that they were there. Keep watering them, sending them love, putting nice, healthy, natural flower food to nurture them. And then within a month of the first little bit of green coming up, I've got many other colours. I didn't want to cut too many. I just wanted to show you. Look what happens. Look at this. Look at this regal beauty. These beautiful, and they're much taller in the ground. They're about like that, coming down. And they just keep blooming and blooming and blooming. And we've got, I've got orange, yellow, red, and all of these purple ones. I didn't even know I'd chosen purple bulbs, just multicoloured beauty coming up. And that is momentum. I may not have been able to see that they were fermenting and growing, but I had faith. I mean, what about the people who grow bamboo? It's in the ground for years, and you have to water it constantly and nurture it, and then when it starts growing, it's like 6-9 feet within a month, or less, I think, with bamboo, because it's there nurturing itself, nurturing. So just because you start a project and you don't see things manifesting straight away, it doesn't mean that it's not growing. However, you have to nurture it. You have to nurture those projects by taking action, no matter what. If, say, for example, you're writing a book and you can't think of anything, and anyone who wants my book writing course as a free gift, also put that in the comments. And I would love to gift that. It's $197 free for you, just as a gift, because I would like you to have spiritual momentum and to be able to do what you want to do. And Aurelio, I wanted to say hello to Aurelio. I saw that you contributed to the free live stream today, Aurelio, and it's lovely to hear from you. God bless you. Anyway, so you see where I'm coming from. You plant the seed in your consciousness. You take action. If you can't take action every day, well, maybe it's not quite the ideal. And what if somebody says, well, I can't take action every day? Well, why not? If you're going to exercise your body, I was speaking to someone yesterday and he said, oh, look at my big tummy and I've been on this keto diet. And I said, well, obviously that's not working. And I said, but you've got to exercise. And he said, I didn't have time. I don't have time. And I said, well, that's just consciousness. You're thinking you don't. Just get up a little earlier. And even if it's just a half an hour of walking on a treadmill or doing it just before you go to sleep, writing down goals, I said, you can do that. There's 24 hours in a day. What if you just put a little bit of effort, like practice meditation? The more you practice meditation, the more so-called time, which is an illusion, you'll find that you have. Because it is the consciousness of time that makes us feel hurried, makes us feel like there isn't any time to do anything except the business at hand, the work that we have. But you can create it. It can be created. Everything can be created. If you nurture your consciousness, nurture your spiritual life as well. You nurture your spiritual life by reading beautiful high-end books. I highly recommend this book that Bob and I wrote. I've got another 3 books that I'm writing presently, and talking about basket cases. Okay, we have these beautiful mystical greeting cards that are just beautiful. mysticalgreetingcards.com. Now, it looks like I've got a lot of projects going. However, they are all under mysticism. Everything that we do in the mystical experience is to assist you to awaken your kundalini, to assist your consciousness to rise in vibration, to plant seeds of truth, that you are awesome, that all the power, all the light, everything that is required for you to achieve anything in this life is within you. You just have to take a little bit of action every day, just a little bit of action, and get your spiritual momentum. When you allow spirit into your life, God into your life, that divine light, and it doesn't make any difference whether you're Hindi, Muslim, Catholic, born-again Christian, Buddhist. It's the same God. I've lived in so many countries around the world, Muslim countries, Christian countries, Hindi countries. I've lived and worked and visited over 36 countries. And every single person I meet is exactly the same. Everyone wants to be free. It doesn't matter what your cultural upbringing is. Your cultural upbringing may be different and your religion may be different. However, everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be free at a sometimes very unconscious level. There is something within everyone that knows that they came here to become free. They don't know it's enlightenment. They don't know it's a Kundalini awakening, but they know they know they can be happy, but they don't know why they're not always happy. They don't know why sometimes situations get them very reactionary and angry. It's because their spirit within them is clogged and they haven't got that spiritual momentum. So if you are someone who has the spiritual momentum like Jean Ann, but you're not getting certain projects finished, even though she does get a lot finished, but there's certain something, just focus on that one egg, put it in the basket, and then say, okay, I'm going to be working on this particular project this day. So when I was creating, along with some artists, and Trevor Rogers, our wonderful office manager, these cards, working with the artists, you're there. You choose a time you're going to work on it, a day, a time, hours. You say, this is what I'm doing this month, and these are the days that I'm doing it. And then you do it. You allow spirit to come into your life, and then you don't have to fail and say, I didn't feel like doing it today, I'll do it next week. You end up creating it. You've written it down that it's already done. And when you, like the Buddha said, you are your word. You create your world with your thoughts. With your thoughts, you create the world. Buddha said that a long time before people were talking about the law of attraction. The Buddha said it. And it is true. Your thoughts do create your reality. However, if you are too clogged, your thought doesn't have the power because it's not connected to the divine. When you're connected to the divine, you allow, as I was very, very blessed to allow this beautiful enlightened teacher to transmit light to me and for me to become a student of hers, then my spiritual momentum, I was always creative, but my spiritual momentum was then extremely focused on one goal, really meditating properly, learning to really raise my consciousness so that I could then help release suffering in the world. I can't help release suffering in the world, but when you have your Kundalini awakening and you're plugged into the divine, of course that light, your intention with your mind, can assist to release suffering in the world. You see people happy instead of sad. You actually see them. I see you all happy now. I see you enthusiastic, and yet I see you very peaceful. But what about those of you who know that there's something else that you could do besides your work or your job? Or perhaps you've been to college and you've got a degree, but you find yourself back doing some sort of work that has got nothing to do with your degree or nothing to do with your creativity, and it's very frustrating to you and you don't feel happy because you feel stuck. You're not stuck, my darlings. You are not stuck. It is just that you haven't focused on that ideal. You haven't really surrendered to allow spirit to help you. Because spirit, the divine presence, is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omnipotent doesn't mean it's a little bit of power. It is the only power. The Creator created everything, all the different dimensions. Not just this world plane. There are so many. And everything about you. The scientists will never ever find out everything about us because we are light. You go down to the biggest magnifying scientific technology that you can, and all there is light. You can't go any further than light. It's just energy, tiny bubbles of oscillating light, liquid light. You are energy. That is all you are. You think you're a solid person, but you're not. You are omnipresent. You are one with omnipresence. You are one with all the power that there is. It's just a matter of getting your spiritual momentum, allowing spirit to give you a beautiful spiritual kick in the bottom the posterior, or the arse, or what do they say in America? The ass? Turn the other cheek. And let that spirit be the wind beneath your wings. Softly moving you forward, not backwards, forward. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to play some music, and we are going to just have a visual on it. I want you all with your pens and paper to please write down 3 things that you don't think is impossible, but you think you could do it. Because you've always got to be doing something you've never done before. You've got to keep yourself on the razor's edge. You have to in life. You've got to learn how to do something new. You don't ever say, oh, but the country I live in, it's because they believe that this is this way and that is that way, so it doesn't work for me in the country I live in. I can't do it. And you don't ever limit the unlimited, because laws can change just for your consciousness. I have seen it happen time and time again. When people have come to me because they wanted their children back and they couldn't get them from their Muslim fathers in the Middle East, and then they get their children back. Everything is possible. Don't ever say to me, that's not possible, Michele, because I know that everything is possible. If you want to fly to the moon, you don't have to use a rocket ship. Once your Kundalini is awakened, even before that, you can go through the Stargate, just like on that television show, and visit many, many different beautiful dimensions. But say you do want to go to the moon, or you don't just sit there and go, I am an astronaut. You have to get your pilot's license, you have to learn, or you have to make a huge amount of money and say to Richard Branson, can I go up on your next rocket ship? Pay one of those private companies to take you into outer space if that's what you want. But you don't need money to go into outer space because you are already omnipresent. So I'd like all of you, please, 3 things. You may, if you really think it's impossible, don't write that down, don't be silly. But if it's 3 things, it might be simply releasing weight, your enlightenment. Finishing a book, maybe you finished it, but you haven't marketed it. It hasn't sold anything yet. You haven't done anything. You haven't found out the ways to market. And there's so many easy ways to be self-published and market these days. Your music can be self-published. I've got all my music on iTunes. Every website you can imagine, all our products are everywhere. We just got all our beautiful mystical greeting cards into Europe. Sometimes it takes a while, but you build up the momentum. The seeds are there. You're building the seeds by marketing. And you don't just say, oh, well, it's not working. I did advertising and it's not working. You keep at it and you keep seeing those things happen. So even after your projects are finished, you still have to have a momentum going. I write articles for magazines. People have said, this one publicist, oh, these certain magazines won't accept articles from someone they don't know. And I said, they'll accept them from me. And every single magazine has accepted my articles. Every single one, except for one. And that was because they are an ashram and they only have their particular teacher's teachings, who's left the body now. And I didn't know that at the time when I submitted articles. But every other magazine has said, yes, thank you, and given us full pages, and we've started advertising, and you've built up a spiritual momentum. I don't do it on my own. The divine gives me so many beautiful ideas, and when I'm going to write an article, it just flows through me. This is what happens. I can't take credit for anything, and I don't want to. It is all spiritual momentum. Beautiful people that will be in your life, that will support and help you, that you don't even know yet. It will work. Elizabeth, one of our beautiful, beautiful mystical experience ladies, working for a doctor. And now, she used to be a baker. She's got these beautiful, beautiful Buddha cakes and lotus leaf cakes that are filled with light. But I mean, she's an amazing baker. If you go to themysticalbaker.com, and now she's finished 2 children's books that are absolutely adorable. Her spiritual momentum. She's focused herself. She's still working every day. But she's focused herself to get all of these things happening. And she's also a diamond in the mystical experience. So if you really want momentum, spiritual momentum, definitely look into that. And if you don't look into me, it doesn't have to be me, what comes through me, through the mystical experience, find someone who can actually teach you, not just send you light, but teach you meditation, teach you, guide you on what to do next. Because it is so wonderful whenever you can to go to Bratzo or to Mother Mira or Amma and get that light transmission that they will give you. But it's also very, very important, I know it was in my life, to have that spiritual guidance from my teacher. Because sometimes we forget, when repetition, we don't give ourselves enough spiritual repetition. And when we get reminded again and again, you are planting seeds that will grow into beautiful flowers. Flowers you didn't even know that there were colours for. I didn't know that that one had purple. It just grew purple. I thought they were all yellow. And I just decided, I'm going to be red, orange. Here, Michele. Hello, God. I could just go out there and just gaze. I'm like, oh, I'm so in love with them. All right, so now we're going to do it. You're going to write down 3 things that you are definitely going to have happen now. Because it's only now. You might say, oh, I'm going to finish it by Christmas. That's fine, to give yourself a deadline or a lifeline. However, let's talk about now. All right, so write them down now and just listen to the music. And I think John's putting a picture up of something else. Here we go.
I am love. I'm in touch with who I am. I am love, woman and man. I'm in touch with who I am. I am love. I'm in touch with who I am. Mother Nature is my land. I'm in touch with who I am. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love.
All right, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to do another free stream for you very soon, perhaps even next week or the week after. We will let you all know, because I feel that this is quite an in-depth topic, your spiritual momentum. But the bottom line is, you've got to remember, there is no bottom line. There is no limitation. You are moving towards something that you want. And you're either moving, having that movement, that momentum, or you're stagnant. And when you're stagnant, you think you're just staying still, but you're not. You become sad and depressed because you're going backwards, because it's about moving forward. Momentum, but with spirit, with God, allowing yourself to surrender to that, to allow that beautiful light that you are one with, that is available to you. It's like, when you say, oh yes, I surrender to this light to assist me. It's like the angels are saying, hey Michael, there's a dude down there that's saying I surrender. Oh my God, they want some help. Quick, let's tell everyone. They get on the telephones, and all the enlightened ones and angels fly down. Oh yeah, we're going to help you. 24/7. This light is there to assist you. You don't beg it. You just say thank you. You get yourself into a higher oscillation. You have a spiritual momentum. So you're moving. You're always moving towards an ideal. Now, the next time we speak about this, which will be very soon, we'll do another free live stream for you. I'll go into a lot more detail about how you can have this happen and what to do. And for those of you who didn't comment and you're watching the replay and you would like those free gifts, all you have to do is email team@mysticalexperience.com. Or is it themysticalexperience.com? The team, TEAM, @themysticalexperience.com. Put your name and yes, free gift. And then in the body of the email, just put what it was that you wanted, which free gifts, because I was giving the book writing course and also the turbocharged goal setting course with myself and Bob Proctor. And I want you to also remember, in September, it is a very, very special moment for me, because that is my birthday month. And what I do during my birthday month is I do daily light transmissions for anyone who would like them. You send 3 things that you want to have manifested or pray for, and light is sent to you every day or to your loved ones. And we are actually launching that today because of the fact that there's only so many people I can do in a day. So there will be a cut-off time. It will begin on August 28th, 2019. And if you're watching this much, much later than that, and it's already past September, maybe 2 years away from now, and you're watching this video, I recommend you still go to receivedivine.light.com, receivedivine.light.com, and that will at least give you a calendar of when I'm going to be doing light transmissions. But the highest thing you can do for yourself, of course, is become part of the mystical experience. Go to themysticalexperience.com and you can watch a lot of free videos there to assist in many areas of your life, including the practice of meditation. So this is Michele Blood. It has been my privilege and joy to be with you, your spirit, today. I love you so much. You are love. God bless you.